So, Brian, I'm just going to let you know about a couple of things we did in our Hobart race in 2019. And we'd met Dr. Elizabeth King over here, good-looking lady in the blue shirt. And we'd already done all the physical training and the sail training, and we wanted to try and get to the next level. And we thought, what should we do next to try and win the race? We got second in the Southport race. And meeting Elizabeth, we decided to go into some mental training and basically performance training with the mind. And this is a whole new territory. No one's actually done this on a racing yacht before. And what it's about getting everyone to buy into the program in the first place, because you've got to get 10 people, 10 in this case 10 guys, to all go into a whole different world. And the mindfulness training, we had an app that Liz supplied that we used, and we had daily meditation and weekly meditation together for 3 months before the Hobart race. So it was quite a big program. And originally it was sort of daunting. Everyone doesn't really believe in it. And then finally, as we got going, the point was everyone actually did get into it. And it was actually quite a big thing for us. And what we learnt during the race, and there were some facts found and things we dragged out of it, was there were some real key indicators in the mindfulness training in regards to get everyone on the same page. So we had all these acronyms we used, almost like a war cry. So what we wanted to make sure was when people were actually all together and there was some sort of disturbance on the yacht, we really wanted to ensure that everybody could just remain calm. That's a really big thing, and stay focused. But one of the things was actually to basically slow down to speed up. You had to actually think about what you're going to do and get everyone to actually accept that things aren't going to go right. And I struggled with that a little bit individually. It took me a while to get onto it, but we learnt very quickly that we did a lot better job if we just remained calm and were very clear and a lot of clarity.
Is there a language that you use that triggers this in case someone's not quite when a situation happens? Or what's the trigger to everyone go, hang on, here's what we practiced?
Yeah, good question. Well, the good part about that is that you were always pulled back by the team. So if you stepped out of line and you actually raised your voice and got a bit aggro, they go, whoa, 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 back to the training. So everyone sort of knew that. So that was all kept in the front of mind. And the other thing we learnt was to accept that things weren't always going to be perfect, because when you're racing, the stigma I see a lot on racing boats is there's a skipper steering the boat, and something goes wrong and the skipper starts yelling, and then it goes down the train, through to the person that's actually got the task at hand. So we removed all that. So we don't have anyone yelling about what the problem is. We just have to solve the problem, and have everybody working in that mode. The second thing we learnt was, the windier it got and the more phonetic it got, you actually had to slow down even more, because if you took things slower and then ensured that everything was right, you don't make mistakes. So ocean racing is different to short course racing, because in ocean racing you've got hours to get ready for something. It's not like it happens in a minute. So the plan was to talk through every manoeuvre, ensure everything was right, and then if you go through all this, there's still a problem, something happens, you've got to ensure everyone remains calm and just solves that issue, that problem at that time, collectively.
The other thing is during watch changeovers, I always find that a critical period, that the handover and the information. How did you use the mindfulness to get really good handovers, that the transition could happen smoothly and safely?
Yeah. With the watch changes, because the watch leaders, we use some sort of currency, we use some sort of words in that. The point is that everyone, whether it was a watch change or whether it was just racing the boat, we were always mindful of what our actions were. So we didn't have to go through it in fine detail at the time. But what we did learn was that when things were smooth, it was always smooth, but when things get phonetic and when it gets windy and things go wrong, we could pull back and use the mindfulness training.